I'm Adam Beasley. This is your Miami Herald Dolphins Report. I'm joined this week by a special guest, David J. Neal. He's in for Barry Jackson, who's finishing up it seems like a month-long vacation, but he's finally back. David, you picked a good week to fill in because this is literally a must-win game for the Dolphins.
Well, and they feel it also. These guys, so many of them have not been to the playoffs, and some of the ones who've been around here since '08, they thought, hey, we'd be back, and so this is a tremendous chance for them to end a lot of years of misery.
The thing about this is a lot has to go right. Well, little has to go right for the Dolphins. They have to obviously beat the Jets on Sunday. A loss will eliminate them. But they also need to either have the Ravens lose to the Bengals or the Chargers beat the Chiefs. The thing is, though, is that all three scenarios, the Dolphins are the favorite. The Dolphins are favored to beat the Jets by a touchdown. The Ravens are favored to beat the Bengals by a touchdown. And the Chargers are prohibitive favorite to beat the Chiefs because even though the Chiefs go to the playoffs, they're stuck in that 5 seed. But we might not know until about 7:30 Sunday night what their fate is.
Yeah, and it works out really well for the NFL to do this, to have division games late in the season. Everybody end with a series of division games. This has really worked out well for the drama. Now, Kansas City kind of mucks things up by sliding themselves right in that 5 seed to where they can't do anything. They can't move up, can't move down. Only thing they're going to do, play their starters for a little bit to satisfy the Arrowhead faithful, and then sit them down and watch the Chargers. Then perhaps fruitlessly beat the tar out of them.
The Dolphins can take solace knowing they beat the hell out of the Jets last time around, 23-3, dominating on both sides of the football, offensive line, defensive line, which is rare for a Rex Ryan coach team to get beat that so much physically in the trenches. They were able to run the football, not a great average, but in volume they were able to run against the Jets last time around, and they played mistake-free football. None of that was true against the Bills this past week. They had the third worst offensive performance of their 48-year history. 103 yards, 0 points. It was ugly. It was really bad. They couldn't really stop that defensive line of the Bills. The offensive line got exposed again. We really saw, I think, for the first time, the loss of Incognito and Martin because the guys who filled in for them didn't do a very good job.
No, Sam Brenner got benched. I think it was Kyle Williams. I think he physically picked him up and put him on the bench. The Bills are a bad matchup for the Dolphins, and I don't think the Jets are a bad matchup in the same way. And last time against the Jets, Brian Hartline and Mike Wallace wound up getting D. Milner sent to the bench, and Antonio Cromartie played hobbled, still had a pick, but Wallace and Hartline had big days. And I think that matchup, the wide receivers in the corners, that could wind up deciding things again. I think the Dolphins will be able to run the ball on them. I think they'll be able to handle the Jets offensively. The Jets were very bad offensively. I don't think they can't be that bad again. They just can't be that bad again. They were abysmal. It was atrocious. It was an embarrassment. And Geno Smith's not going to want to be embarrassed like that, just a walking distance from where he grew up and went to high school. So they're not going to be that bad again. But that matchup, I think the Dolphins wide receivers on the Jets corners, I think that could decide this game.
Yeah, no doubt. They both could go over 1,000 yards this week. It's been years and years since the last time they had two 1,000-yard receivers. The
1991.
1991, so 22 years, how long? Dolphins 1 o'clock on Sunday. Do they have another game in them? We'll find out soon. For David J. Neal, I'm Adam Beasley. Thanks for joining us.